In the shadow of the Big Apple, the Pope John Lions take the big stage today as the 13 and under Pope John Junior Lions start off the regional championships of Pop Warner against the Irvington Golden Knights. We are live here at Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey, just a stone's throw away from New York City across the Hudson River. The Pope John Lions 9-0, champions of the North Jersey Pop Warner League, are taking on the Newark champions of Pop Warner, the Irvington Golden Knights. Hello everyone, Mike Formisano here, calling today's action as Pope John starts their journey towards a possible berth for the national championships, but they have to get through Irvington first. Pope John 9-0, defeating the Linden Tigers 2 weeks ago in Rahway by a score of 32-0. They are set to begin their run for a regional championship. If they win this game today against Irvington, they would face the winner of the Eastwood Grizzlies out of Syracuse, New York, and Monroe County Wolfpack. They are out of Rochester, New York. So that would be the semifinal next weekend, and then the finals after that. But first things first, the Pope John Lions taking on the Golden Knights out of Irvington, which is about 5 minutes away, but Pope John is the home team going into this contest this afternoon. Let's go over the rosters for the Pope John Lions. We start with number 1, Eric Ruiz, and I've not gotten a status update on whether or not Eric is going to play. He was injured in the game 2 weeks ago, so he is out there. I see him on the field, and he is suited up, so Eric is all set to go for today's game. That's good to see. Number 2 is Quinn Klebitz. Number 4, Victor Fiore. Number 5, Colin Bauman. Number 6, Lucas Rosinski. Number 7, Tyler Zabriskie. Number 8, Seamus Corcoran. Number 11, Vincent Jessamaria. Number 19, Mark Hedgepeth. Number 21, Vincenzo Siliberti. Number 22, Ryan Johnson. Number 25, Ryder Gervald. 26 is Andrew Jessamaria. 27, Dylan Cocaziello. Number 28, Nathaniel Capra. 30 is Carter Johnston. 33, Jason Cofrancesco. Number 42, Thomas Walton. 52, Aiden Arminger. 55, Aiden D'Alivo. Number 58, Sutton Fullwood. 72, Michael Morelli. Number 78 is Riley Watts. 79, Emilio Barranco. 88, Jacob Post. And number 95 is Ryan Watts. The head coach of the Pope John Junior Lions 13 and under squad is Matt Emmering. The assistant coaches Jack Morelli, Jason Cofrancesco, Tom Staub, Gene Emmering, and Rich Jessamaria. The league president is Chris Branco. The league VP, Dave DiArco. The team mom is Kathy Jessamaria. And the Pope John varsity head coach and director of football operations is Dom Gaston. I am Mike Formisano. We are in Elizabeth, New Jersey at Williams Field. The Pope John Junior Lions 13 and under squad 9-0 this season. Champions of the North Jersey Pop Warner Division take on the Newark champions for Pop Warner, the Irvington Golden Knights. And that is next here at Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Welcome back to Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion football. Mike Formisano here with you. Today's action, the regional quarterfinals for the Junior Lions as they take on the Irvington Golden Knights. Pope John 9-0 on the season. They defeated the Linden Tigers for the North Jersey Pop Warner Championship 2 weeks ago, and they take on the Newark Pop Warner champions, the Irvington Golden Knights. We will give you all the information later on about the rest of the bracket. If the Lions were to win this game, they would go on to the regional semifinals next weekend, would take on either the Eastwood Grizzlies or the Monroe County Wolfpack. Eastwood out of Syracuse, New York, and the Monroe County Wolfpack out of Rochester, New York. Pope John in their home blue uniforms with gold trim, blue pants, and gold helmets with the blue lion on the side and gold numbers. They are traveling left to right on your screen. Irvington in their home white, in their road white jerseys, trimmed by black and gold, and black pants with black helmets. They're going right to left. Pope John is kicking off. Seamus Corcoran, number 8, will kick off from the 40-yard line. It's Pope John, and it's Irvington right here at Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey for the regional quarterfinal of Pop Warner in the Eastern region. That makes up New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, and Washington, D.C. 10-minute quarters. Corcoran set to kick. We are just awaiting the referee's whistle. Good signal strength today, so we should not have any problems with the feed, hopefully. We will keep our fingers crossed. Just awaiting the referee's whistle. An issue with the Irvington sideline with their rosters, and one of the coaches now coming out to the field to discuss with the referee. Actually, it looks like they're coming over to the Pope John sideline to discuss something. Well, we haven't made it. Football season is winding down, but the winter schedule is not, and so we continue with the broadcasts for Pope John Athletics, as the page is Pope John Athletics Junior Lions. We'll talk about that in just a second, let you kind of figure out what we're going for next. Here's the kick. Oh, no, the whistle. And now another issue with the Irvington sideline, so we will wait and see if we can get the game started. I think with Pop Warner rules, I think a representative from each team is on each other's sideline. So you can see the Irvington representative talking to Coach Staub and another assistant coach down there.
No, they haven't. I mean, thankfully, the Buccaneers are a quiet team because they're in like the worst divisions.
Irvington out of the Newark Pop Warner region, they won their division championship. And Pope John, as I said, won the North Jersey championship. So anyway, what I was saying before, as far as other sports, we are covering the beginning of the Pope John Middle School hockey season later on tonight. Please join us at 8:40 p.m. for that, as the Pope John Junior Lions Middle School hockey team will take on West Milford Pequannock at Skylands Ice World. We will be there with you for that broadcast later on this evening. Pope John Middle School hockey, it's a 10-game season, and it's on Sunday nights. This is the latest it'll ever be, which is 8:40 p.m. Usually the games are about 5:30 or 7:10 or 7:15. So I know the first game is set against West Milford Pequannock. They will take on Jefferson next week, and then High Point and Ringwood after that. 10-game schedule for Pope John Middle School hockey. Please join us for that later on tonight. Here's the kick by Seamus Corcoran down the field. And it lands on about the 20-yard line. Takes a bounce for Pope John. Irvington picks it up on the far sideline, and he cuts up the sideline. Corcoran, the last man to beat. He's past him, but Jacob Post catches up and is able to bring him down at about the 32-yard line. So a great return to start the game for Irvington. And it'll leave 1st and 10 from the Pope John 32. No names for anyone on the Irvington roster, so we will do our best just calling out the numbers as we have all season. The Pope John line right now. Number 88, Jacob Post out there, along with number 42, Thomas Walton. Trying to get some other numbers. Number 30, Carter Johnston. Seamus Corcoran, number 8 out there. Victor Fiore. Michael Morelli, number 72 on the line as well. Trying to get you further updates as we go along on the defense. 1st and 10 from the Pope John 32. Irvington with the first offensive play of the game. Quarterback in the gun will take the snap, and he rolls to his left and is brought down by Aiden D'Olivo. Gain of 2 for Irvington. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. Irvington in the huddle. Pope John with a 4-man front. Quarterback in the gun. He'll take the snap. Number 5 rolls to his far side and cuts through the Pope John defense, but brought down by Jacob Post, number 88, at about the 22-23-yard line. And that is good enough for an Irvington first down. 1st and 10 from the Pope John 22, just outside the red zone. We are just underway from Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey, just across the Hudson River from Manhattan. No score between Irvington and Pope John. Quarterback in the shotgun. He will take the snap. Cuts through the middle. Is wrapped up by Vincent Jessen Maria and a couple of other Lions. And a gain of about 4, maybe 5 on the play for Irvington. So Irvington working out of the shotgun for the first few plays of the game, but all rushing attacks. In the red zone now, at the 17-yard line. One man in the backfield. Quarterback under center now. Takes a snap, hand off to number 5. 5 goes to his right, and is met right there. Pope John defense brings him down. D'Olivo in the tackle. As well as number 79, Emilio Barranco. So D'Olivo and Barranco team up for that tackle. And it'll be 3rd and 6. So they dropped him for a loss of 1. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. Irvington has to get to the 12. Pope John looking for a big defensive stop right here to start this game. Quarterback in the gun. Takes a snap. He cuts to his left. He's got blockers. Going to the sideline. Brought down at about the 13-yard line. Open field tackle. That was number 30, Carter Johnston, with the stop. We'll spot the ball at the 13-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and 1. We'll see if Irvington goes for it. Substitutions in. 6:33 remaining in the first quarter. Fast-moving first quarter so far. No score between the Irvington Golden Knights and the Pope John Lions. So Irvington is going for it. 4th and 1. This will be a huge stop for Pope John. Quarterback in the shotgun, 3 men in the backfield. Moving on the line, and I think it's going to be against Pope John. It looked like Barranco jumped, so. Offside of Pope John, and that'll give the Golden Knights a first down. Now, 1st and goal from the Pope John 7. Clock running, 5:55 remaining, first quarter. Quarterback in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Number 1 takes a low snap, met right in the backfield. He lost the ball, but Irvington recovered, and the runner brought down by Michael Morelli, number 72 for Pope John. So, Irvington averts disaster there. Fumbling the ball, but the running back picks it up. They lose about a yard on the play. 2nd and goal from the 8 now. We are midway through the first quarter at Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey. As you can see, the World Trade Center in the background. Irvington up to the line. We got a whistle by the referees And a timeout taken by Irvington, and we will take one as well. Midway through the first quarter, no score between the Pope John Lions and the Irvington Golden Knights. We will be back to Elizabeth, New Jersey right after this. Welcome back to Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey, just outside Newark, and about 5 miles away from Irvington, where they are the road team today, but they are pretty close to their home base, whereas Pope John, the home team, having to travel for this regional quarterfinal. It's second and goal, and we got movement on the line, and it looks like Irvington has jumped. False start against the Golden Knights. That'll drive him back. It's second down with that penalty. The ball now spotted at the 13-yard line. 4:58 remaining in the opening quarter. Quarterback in the gun. He'll take the snap. That's number 5. Cuts to his right. Through the defense now to the outside. Still on his feet. And Morelli brings him down, but not before a gain of about 8 yards on the play. So that will bring up third and goal from the 4-yard line. Well, the referee's got to give him the 3. They spot the ball at the 3. Third and goal. All rushing plays so far for Irvington. Clock down to 4:25. Golden Knights, champions of the Newark Pop Warner Division. Pope John, the division champions of North Jersey. Having defeated the Linden Tigers last week 32-0 to finish a perfect 8-0 regular season and then the league championship. So they are 9-0 on the year. Third and goal. Here's the pitch back to number 5. In the backfield by Michael Morelli. Huge tackle by Morelli. And Pope John forces Irvington into a 4th and goal. So the pitch back to number 5, and as he tried to cut to the outside, Morelli was having none of that. Ball now at the 8-yard line. It's 4th and goal from the 8. And it looks like Irvington will go for it. I don't know what kind of kicking game they have, but we've talked about this before with Pope John and a kicker like Seamus Corcoran, and it is a huge advantage for them to have the kicking game that they do. Quarterback is in the shotgun. 4th and goal from the 8. Here's the snap. Quarterback cuts to the far sideline into the end zone. Incomplete. The receiver made the catch, but it was out of bounds. And Pope John with the defensive stand. They will take over from the 8-yard line. Well, the reception was made, but the receiver clearly out of bounds. And Irvington's first chance for points goes by the boards. Pope John will take over with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We are live from Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Mike Formisano here calling today's regional quarterfinal in Pop Warner for the Eastern region of the United States. First play from scrimmage. Fiore takes the snap. He hands off. And Pope John able to get the ball to about the 9-yard line, so a gain of 1. That was Andrew Jessamaria on the run. He gave it the extra yard. He gets to the 10. 2nd and 8. Fiore in the gun. Vincent Jessamaria to his right. Man in motion is Walton. Walton takes the ball towards the near sideline, is met right there at the 9-yard line. The Irvington defensive linebacker stands him up and brings him down. Now we'll bring up 3rd and 8 from the 10-yard line. Walton able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Fiore's in the shotgun. Vincent Jessamaria now behind him and to the left. Fiore drops back. Screen pass to Jessamaria. Jessamaria trying to cut the corner to the far sideline. He does. Gets to about the 15. So not enough for the first down, but it'll be 4th and short. Pope John still forced into a punting situation, however, as Corcoran comes onto the field. Well, the referee spotted the ball at the 14, so 4th and 4, and Corcoran out the punt. Minute 30 remaining in the opening quarter. No score between Irvington and Pope John. Here's the snap. High snap. Corcoran receives it, kicks it down the field. It's a good punt over the head of the receiver, and it takes a Pope John bounce all the way to about the 25-yard line. And the Irvington kick returner thought about picking it up, but not with Quinn Klebitz hanging all over him. Klebitz downs it at the 26, and that's where Irvington will start from. So Corcoran's kick from the end zone landed about the 50 or maybe just past it, but it took a Pope John bounce and went all the way down to the 25-yard line. Minute 4 remaining in the opening quarter, and Irvington will start their second drive from their own 25. So Pope John will take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday, where the first drive started at their own 32, Pope John, for Irvington. Now this one is in Irvington territory. Quarterback in the gun. He'll take the snap. He'll run right through the middle. Cuts through the Pope John defense. He'll be able to gain about 8 or 9 on the play. He'll be 2nd and short. Number 5 with the run there. The ball is spotted at the Irvington 33. 42 seconds and counting in the opening quarter. Empty backfield. Quarterback takes the ball, cuts up the middle. He's got blockers. Brought down at about the 42-yard line. Maybe spotted at the 40, but it's enough for a first down. So Irvington gets the first on the run. Clock down to 10 seconds. Well, they moved the ball to the 41. And I don't think they're going to get another playoff as we're down to 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that's the end of the first quarter. We are through 1 quarter of play here in the regional quarterfinal of Pop Warner Regional Championships. We are at Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey. No score between the Pope John Lions and Irvington Golden Knights. We'll be back for second quarter action right after this. Welcome back to Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey, in the shadow of New York City, for this regional quarterfinal of Pop Warner between the Pope John Lions and the Irvington Golden Knights. Mike Formisano here, calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you remembered to change the clocks. I saw Linda Javal said she forgot, but she's here, so we all are now on Eastern Standard Time as opposed to daylight. So that means the sun will be going down at about 4:30 today, and I think we will see the lights sometime today. But this game is moving quick, so maybe not. They'll change sides, Pope John and Irvington, and so now the Golden Knights going left to right, and Pope John right to left on your screen. Ball spotted at the Golden Knight 41. It is 1st and 10 for Irvington. No score between Pope John and the Golden Knights right now. Here's a snap to the quarterback. We got movement on the line. Wait for the referee's ruling. I think they're saying that they weren't ready. So you have to wait until the referee's whistle to be able to start play. So he blew the whistle as the referees had not given them that signal at that point in time. So Irvington regroups in the huddle. Now the referees go ahead and signal play to begin. The clock starts running. Well, it's down 9:59. So Irvington up to the line. 1st and 10 for the 41. Quarterback in the gun. Takes the snap, he fumbles, and he has to fall on it as Morelli and trying to see who else was in there. Pope John was all over him. So the quarterback fumbling the snap there in the shotgun. He took no chances, just fell right on it. And a loss of about 5. Ball at the 36-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 15. Golden Knights up to the line. One receiver to the far sideline. Quarterback under center now. I formation. Here's a handoff through the middle, and running back cuts to the left. Now he changes direction to the middle and is brought down at about the 45-yard line, maybe 46. So they got most of the penalty yardage back and then some. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Referee spot the ball at the Irvington 46. We got a player down for the Golden Knights. Well, the Golden Knight player helped to his feet and is being carried off the field by the coaches, and hopefully he's okay. Round of applause by both sides. We'll come back to football. 8:54 remaining second quarter. Pope John and Irvington, no score. Bit of an update of what's been going on with the other teams for Pope John. The 11U squad, as we know, they fell to Rahway 2 weeks ago in the semifinal of North Jersey Pop Warner. Rahway went on to play Mo Better in the championship the next Sunday, and Rahway upset Mo Better, and they are crowned the 11U Pop Warner champions of North Jersey, the Rahway Chiefs, over the Mo Better Jaguars in an upset. Rahway was the 2 seed, Mo Better was the 1. Meanwhile, for varsity Pope John, they played Don Bosco at Pope John High School yesterday and unfortunately fell to the Ironmen 28-17. Well-fought game by the Lions. They came back from a 14-0 deficit to tie the score at 14 into halftime. They just kind of got away from there. They had a 17-14 lead. But here's the pass downfield to number 14. He makes the catch and is down at about the 33-yard line. So, first pass play of the game for Irvington, and 14 had to reach high for that one. But he's able to bring it in, and that'll bring up another Irvington first down. Referees say he was down at the 34, so 1st and 10 from the Pope John 34. So I was saying varsity, they went up 17-14 in the early third quarter, and it was all Don Bosco after that. But the strides made by the varsity program this year and Coach Don Gaston were terrific. 6-2 in the regular season, and a bright future for a Pope John Lions football program, especially if you look at the 13U team. Running back in the backfield, he is met by Thomas Walton, who brings him down for a loss at the 41-yard line. Pope John drops Irvington for a loss of yardage. So the first down play for Irvington blows up on him there. And it'll be 2nd and long for the Golden Knights. Very fast-moving first half. We're down to 7:07 to go in the second quarter. No score between Pope John and Irvington. The Golden Knights have dominated time of possession so far. Pope John only with a 3-and-out to this point. But the good news is the Lions will receive the ball to start the second half. Man in motion is number 0. Quarterback in the gun, and the handoff goes to 0, who cuts to the far sideline. Cuts the corner and is met at the far sideline at about the 32-yard line and brought down there. So, much of the penalty yardage is gained back. No, I mean, that wasn't penalty. I apologize. It was a loss of yardage on the first down play. So Irvington gets most of that back, and they get to the 32, but it's still 3rd and 8. Golden Knights to the line. Receiver to the near sidelines. Trips offense. Quarterback in the gun. Drops back to pass. He flushed out of the pocket. Cuts to the sideline. That is met right at the 33-yard line. That looks to be Jacob Post. A huge hit by Post, leveling the quarterback, and he's still down, actually. Slow to get up. He's finally back on his feet. What a hit by Post. With 5:28 remaining and counting in the second quarter, he'll bring up 4th and long for the Golden Knights. Referee spot the ball at the 33. I don't believe Irvington is going to attempt a field goal. I could be wrong.
Let's go, defense!
4th and 9. Golden Knights at the line. 3 receivers set. Quarterback in the shotgun. Here's a snap. It's low. Quarterback takes it. Pass across the middle. Intercepted! Pope John with the interception. And down the sidelines on the far side. That appeared to be Vincenzo Ciliberti with the interception, number 21 for Pope John. And the Lions will take over on the first turnover of the game. Ciliberti with the interception, and Pope John back on offense. .442 remaining in the second quarter. Pope John with the ball, starting from their own 39. Quinn Clemens into the game, number 2. Fiore in the shotgun. One man in the backfield with him, and that's Aiden D'Olivo. Now Fiore sneaks up to the line. He'll take the snap, he'll hand off to D'Olivo. And Aiden cuts up the middle to the right side. Gains about 4, maybe 5 on the play, and it brings up 2nd and about 6. Oh, not a great spot. Looked like he got to at least the 44, maybe 45. They spot him at the 43. 2nd and 6. Fiore under the center. D'Olivo in the backfield. Here's a handoff to D'Olivo. Cuts to the far sideline. It's about 2, maybe 3 on the play. Gets to the 46. That'll bring up 3rd down. 3 to go. Pope John up to the line. Carter Johnston on the near sidelines, wide out. We got a whistle. We got a timeout for Pope John. We'll take one as well. 3:36 to go, first half. Pope John and Irvington, no score from Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey. For Pope John Junior Lion football, 13 and under. Mike Formisano along with you calling today's action. No score between the Pope John Lions and the Irvington Golden Knights. 3:36 remaining, second quarter. It's 3rd and 3. Fiore in the shotgun. He has Vincent Jesamaria to his left. Takes the snap, drops back, fires downfield. It's a wobbly pass meant for Johnston. And he almost made the catch as he landed on the turf. The ball almost came down. He was double covered, but it still almost fell into his hands. Good attempt by Johnston, but the ball's incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down. Oh, Seamus Corcoran out to punt. He's at his own 35. It's a fake. And Pope John cuts to the near sideline. D'Olivo has the first down. The ball went to D'Olivo on a fake. And Aiden cuts up to the Irvington 44. First down, Pope John on the fake punt. So Pope John keeps possession. We have a timeout on the field. Irvington taking time. We will take one as well. 3:13 to go. Pope John on the move, breaking into Irvington territory. No score between the Lions and Golden Knights. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey, for Pop Warner Regional Quarterfinal action between the Pope John Lions and the Irvington Golden Knights. Mike Formisano along with you. Ball spotted at the Irvington 44. Pope John just ran a fake punt. The ball going to Aiden D'Olivo, and D'Olivo getting the first down, bringing the ball into Golden Knight territory and setting up Pope John with a 1st and 10 from the Irvington 44. The Lion offense back on the field as we start up play again. Fiore's in the shotgun. Man in motion is Walton. The ball goes to him. Walton to the near sideline. He gets about 2, maybe 3 on the play. Again, not a favorable spot. They're going to mark it at the 40. I know they got to the 40, maybe 39. No, they're going to put it at the 41. Wow. Second and 7 for Pope John. It's a gain of 3. Fiore in the gun. Vincent Jessamaria to his right. Fiore barking out signals. Here's the snap. The handoff to Andrew Jessamaria. Jessamaria cuts to the right. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he lost a yard, but we got a flag on the play, and it's holding against Pope John, so it's going to drive him back. 2:27 remaining, second quarter. Again, our action is not done here on this channel later on tonight, as we will start the Pope John Middle School hockey season. Pope John Middle School hockey from Skylands Ice World, as the Lions will take on the West Milford Pequannock team. 10-game schedule, all on Sunday nights, all from Skylands Ice World. Pope John fielding a hockey team this year for middle school, and we will cover each and every game for you right here on this channel. So please join us, 8:40 p.m. tonight. Pope John driven back to their own 49-yard line, 2nd and long. Fiore in the gun. Jessamaria and Vincent to his left. Fiore drops back the pass, fires it down the far sideline. He's got Corcoran. It's through his hands, and Corcoran frustrated as he pounds the turf. The ball was in his hands, but the turf shook it loose, and he wasn't able to hold on. Well, that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Lions. Would have been a big gainer, 1st down, but those things happen. Third and long for Pope John. Corcoran's going to make that catch more often than not, so. Fiore in the gun. 2 men in the backfield. Drops back the pass, fires it down the far sideline again. And it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Quinn Clements. It was in his hands, but it was a little short, and it hit the turf as he came down to try and secure it. So, 4th down. 2:17 to go. As you can see, there are planes flying overhead as we are in the shadow of not just New York City, but also Newark Airport. Reminds you of Shea Stadium in Queens, New York for the Mets. Now Citi Field, where you have LaGuardia Airport's traffic. Here's Corcoran for the punt. High, end over end boot. Dropped at the 22. Takes a Pope John bounce. Goes down to about the 15. And Pope John will down it there. Klebitz with a hand on it at the 16-yard line. So, nice punt by Seamus Corcoran. And Irvington pinned deep in their own territory. 2:10 remaining, second quarter. No score in a defensive contest so far between Pope John and Irvington. Mike Formisano here calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. You would never know it's November. It's 65 degrees, and I've got an overcoat on, so. I was preparing for it to be a little chillier. It is not. Irvington up to the line. 1st and 10 from their own 16. Quarterback under center. I formation. Handoff to the running back. To the left. And through the Pope John defense for about 5, maybe 6 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd and 4 for Irvington. Clock down to below 2 minutes for the first half. The Lions will get the ball to start the second half. They are the home team, despite the fact that we're playing in Elizabeth, which is right near Irvington. A good break for the Golden Knights. Quarterback in the gun. He'll take the snap. Morelli's chasing him. And he rolls out to the left. Now Morelli right behind him as he throws the ball. It's incomplete. Michael Morelli like a demon all over the quarterback. Missed the first tackle, but he was not going to miss him the second time. Brings him down as he throws the ball. It's incomplete. They'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Golden Knights. Minute 30 remaining here, second quarter. So the Golden Knights are opening up their offense, starting to pass the ball a little more. But it has not been very successful. They had that one big pass play into Pope John territory at the beginning of the second quarter, but that's about it. Pope John with a couple of opportunities. And just haven't made the connection yet. 90 seconds remaining, first half. Shadows on the field as the sun's going to set early tonight. We may get lights and twilight before the end of this one. Third and 4 for the Golden Knights. Quarterback takes the snap. Morelli in, pressuring him, throw downfield, incomplete. It was intended for number 0, who had a step on the safety, number 4, Victor Fiore. However, the ball overthrown by about 3-4 yards. 4th and 4 for Irvington, and so now, whereas they've gone for it before on these plays, we will now see if they have a punting game. And again, as I said before, huge to have a kicker like Seamus Corcoran who can get Pope John out of trouble if they're pinned deep in their own territory. For Irvington, I think they're going to go for it here on 4th down. If they don't make it, Pope John's going to get the ball close to the red zone with about 1.5 minutes to go. So this is a huge play. Now they are going to punt it. Punter's back. Kicks it down the field about 20 yards. Quinn Klebitz will take it at the 43. He's met there, but he's still on his feet to the far sideline. Finally brought down at about the 43, 42-yard line. So, not a very far punt, but it does get him out of the shadow of their own end zone, Irvington. And Pope John still in Golden Knight territory, but it's further back than what they probably wanted. 1st and 10 from the Irvington 43-yard line. Minute 18 remaining, second quarter. At this age where, 11 you don't have kicking, and 13 the kickers are really starting to find their way. The Pope John have a weapon like Corcoran out there is tremendous. You can see with the other teams that they've played, it hurts them. Here's Fiore with the pass down the sideline to Corcoran. He makes the catch, and it's brought down at the 19-yard line. So there we go. Seamus Corcoran makes that reception. Fiore to Corcoran, and Pope John with a first down. 1 minute, 8 seconds to go. Pope John, I believe, has 2 timeouts. The ball is at the Irvington 19. Fiore in the gun. Andrew Jesamaria to his left. Now back behind him. Here's the snap. Fiore drops back to pass, looking to the near sideline. He'll keep it. He'll run towards the 10-yard line and is met at the 11 by the Irvington defensive back. So, big gainer for Vincent Fiore. Or Victor Fiore. My apologies, Vincent. Victor Fiore. I'm seeing Vincent Jesamaria, number 11 out there. Victor Fiore with the run. The quarterback keeper gets down to the 11-yard line. 32.8 seconds to go. We got a timeout on the field. We're going to stay with you. So Victor Fiore was looking down the near sideline, trying to find a receiver. Didn't find anybody. Gave a quick glance over to the far sideline. So Victor decided to keep it and got to the 11-yard line. Second and short for the Lions. More importantly, 32.8 seconds to go on the clock to end the first half. So Pope John looking to get points on the board before halftime. Whistle on the play and timeout for Irvington. Oh, we'll take one as well now. 32.8 seconds to go. Second quarter. No score between Pope John and Irvington, but the Lions are in the red zone looking to strike. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion football. Mike Formisano here calling today's game. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday afternoon in November, as this is the regional quarterfinal for Pop Warner Eastern Region. No score between Pope John and Irvington. Fumble on the snap, and Fiore falls on it to make sure it doesn't go over to the Golden Knights. That would have been absolutely disastrous for the Lions. So, they'll call timeout, regroup, and it'll bring up, I believe, third down. 28 and a half seconds to go in the first half. Lions will get the ball to start the second half. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Eastwood Grizzlies out of Syracuse, New York, and the Monroe County Wolfpack out of Rochester, New York. That game, I believe, will be scheduled for next week. We don't know where the site will be, but if at all possible, we'll be there to bring that game to you if the Lions do win. If they lose, we'll head to the offseason. Fiore in the gun. D'Alivo to his right. Here's the snap. Fiore rolls to his right, the far sideline, and can't avoid the one defensive back who brings him down at about the 17-yard line. So 18 and a half seconds. Clock is still running. Field goal unit on the field for Pope John. They're out of timeouts. Looking to set up for a field goal attempt before the end of the half. 3 seconds to go. We got a whistle now, as Victor Fiore holding on his left side trying to come off the field. There's 1.1 seconds to go, so I don't know if they're going to start the clock again. But if they do start the clock, Pope John's going to be ready to kick. It would be a 33-yard field goal attempt. And there's the end of the half. There's the horn. Pope John doesn't get it off in time. It kicks good, but it's not going to be counted, I don't believe, as the horn sounded for the end of the first half. So Pope John ran out of time. See, what happened was when Fiore was coming off, the referee stopped the clock with 1.1 seconds to go for an injury timeout. But Pope John didn't have any timeouts to call. So as soon as the referee motioned for the clock to start again, it was only 1 second on the clock. So, and Pope John wasn't set up. So The horn sounded, and then about 2 seconds later, the kick came off of Corcoran. It would have been good, but they ran out of time. So officials still checking on Fiore. We're going to go into the half, and we are tied at 0 here at Williams Field in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Halftime should be about 10 minutes. We'll start up a new feed here on Facebook Live. No score between Pope John and Irvington. We'll be back after halftime in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Please come back.